Hello, sorry about that. Good. Well, it's Lee. I wanted to make a video today about different types of meditation. And as everybody will probably know, that there are very many different types. But the end, or the result, or the satisfaction, conclusion maybe, is what matters, and so the style may not really matter all that much. Now, there are lots of different schools of types of ways of doing it that are going way far back for a long time. And basically, they all can work very well. So I just sort of wanted to make mention of a few and see if anybody would like to maybe peek at some of the different ones. I just simply felt, well, inspired to make this video because certain people have asked, and I hear it being asked out and about in the world, so I just wanted to make my opinion on the matter. So here we go. Well, meditation. We can do sort of two things within it, and you can call it active or passive. And of course, for active, it's more you are mindfully focusing on something or doing an exercise, and for passive, it's more silent recipient. And there are very many styles to do both, and many styles could do either or the other one. So that's important to make a distinction. Now, a lot of people have an idea preset already in their minds that when they're going to do a meditation, they're expecting something without knowing what it's going to be. Well, obviously that's a little bit maybe self-defeating when we do that, because if we think, well, I should attain something, but what is it? Then already your intention or your desire has already been set to a certain degree, or minimized or not. I guess what we're trying to do when we do meditation is to maximize a moment of peace or a revelation or something that is giving a deep inner, you might say balance, you might say answer to something, you might say just simply to be calm, to calm down, whatever is our objective. So, it should not surprise anybody that this sort of thing has gone on for as long as humans have been around. People have sat or lie down, stand up, and not just think, but say to themselves, if I shut off the outer world, where am I and what am I? And those are two good questions. Now, if most people, when they imagine meditation to be inner peace, to find Buddha mind, to link with Christ consciousness. The word yoga originally comes from the old Sanskrit word yuj, which really means join, and it's joining with that which is. So there are very many styles, and the golden rule that I really have come to wish to express to anyone looking to try and do it and to become decent at it, even good at it, is it has to be in the way that suits you individually. A lot of people can envision, you know, they see statues or pictures, or they see people in live time or whatnot doing the classic lotus posture and being content for half an hour to an hour at a time, maybe more. There is no real time limit. It's whatever feels right. But that's just the point. If you're someone that's just getting first into it, it's going to be tricky at first because it is a practice and it is a habit to get into. Now, thankfully, we all do meditation every day, because when we go to sleep, that's a good one. Okay? Whatever your schedule is, you sleep at night or sleep in the day, depending on your work and your activities. But everybody has a good 5, 6, 7, 8 hours or so if they're lucky. So this is itself as a meditation. Now, the unique thing, of course, is when you're doing it awake, as it were, you're not going to fall asleep, but you're going to be with yourself. We can't think that it's being with necessarily something, but being with yourself, inside and as the is, being one with Source. This is a natural default, or a byproduct that comes, or product that comes when we do the meditation. Well, from the Germanic forest tribes of ancient times to the Druids, to the Sufi mystics in Iran and such areas, desert monks all over, worldwide, and certainly not the least the yogis of India and the Buddhists of present-day times, and whoever, however. Meditation is a very good practice to do, because as you imagine and as you know, it does give great calm and even great insight. Now, I have personally done it where I have, at the very beginning, 5 to 10 minutes trying to get used to it, trying to sit straight, finding stress on my lower back, strain, or I'm not used to it, trying to find comfortable position. And that's just the first part, is finding comfortable position, because after that, now you're doing it and you're waiting for something, or you're focusing on something. If you're someone that's new to the practice, I would personally recommend probably a focused meditation might be a bit better than a passive, as it were. Because if you're just sitting there waiting for something and upset at the fact that you can't stop thinking, or some modality of inner dialogue, then it can become frustrating. Then it makes us want to give up sometimes. Maybe not. If you can sit through your own inner dialogue and whatnot, eventually let that come and let that go. Let that itself be the meditation, and be the background mind behind that, and let that pass through. And you'll soon come to get to the state where your Buddha mind, your higher mind, your background non-thought will be recognized and realized as your superior self, resting comfortably in the is, apart from body consciousness, ego, and all that stuff. Well, of course, but it takes a lot of time to get good at it. Now, there is no one way that's the best way. The way that works for you ultimately is the best. Preferably, it could be certainly advised that is having your spine straight is best. You want to be comfortable and you don't want to have strain or after strain on your body at all. So let's do for a second a very small focused meditation. And this will be sitting like this, as it were, on the floor, sitting in a chair or on a couch. You can certainly prop your back against something. It's equally effective. I've had great moments of inner calm and trance, bliss, whatever, insight, samadhi, sitting in a chair or just lying down even. So whatever you want to do. You can lie down comfortably as you like, in a position and posture that works for you, preferably on your back, spine straight. Hands could be anywhere you like, could be on your chest, could be flat. You do it as you like. And a simple focus meditation will be on breath. Let's do that one first, just for a second. Take in a deep breath and bring your mind to it and say, here I am. And then exhale. Breathe in again. Here I am. And exhale again. You can do that form many times. You can actually count the seconds of your breath. You can do 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds in, even more. And count the exhaling breath. And repeat this. And as you are doing this, the result that's coming is the peace and is the calm. And now your mind, being focused, is going to be just simply on that activity. Breathing is as natural as life itself for us in the body, so that's one thing we can do. You might want to concentrate on your heartbeat. You might want to concentrate on the old tactic the yogis recommend. Every in-breath is taking what we can call God, or taking the isness as love, taking in positive energy, and exhale your negative energy. taking in positive energy, relieving and forgiving anything negative in you, letting it go. You can try that one, and it's very good. Even just 5-10 minutes can do a lot. So you might like to try that. The thing is, it's what works for you, and at the length that works for you. There's no authority to tell you what works for you. You will know it, you will find it. So, sitting, lying down, sitting in a chair, standing up, even walking, that's a simple breath focus. If somebody wants to do a different type of meditation, let's give an example on passive. Passive is, you're not really trying to be aware of anything, any body function like breathing or heartbeat. You are just in silence, listening for silence. It perhaps would be advisable at the beginning that you might want to be in a very quiet spot, so maybe you don't want to do it outside if you don't want animals bugging you or something like that, the birds chirping. But of course, if and when you like that, that obviously can be incorporated as a wonderful part of the meditation itself. You might even wish to do a meditation on the bird chirping itself, for example. Probably it would be difficult to do it in heavy noise or something. I've tried it a few times where I went, even in a busy streets and a lot of people around activity, just sort of sitting in a quiet spot. And you can still do it even then, but it's a different type. If you find those things are distracting, then obviously you want to be away from that. But you can. What I'm saying is, by that extreme, even that is a meditation. Even at the workplace, all the things moving around, you can take 2 seconds and you can listen to those noises, and then you can still hear the isness, the calm silence, background noise of all things that they are in. Make it your own. Make it tangible, make it enjoyable, or it's not being done right. Now, one of the great meditations I want to recommend that actually comes from the Druids, the old Celtic mystics and seers and such, became a priesthood. It's a stone meditation. This one's a little bit small for the reason that I carried it in one of my satchels, my handbag here. I want to go out on a walk. I don't want to carry something too heavy. But preferably a smooth stone like this. An oval shape might be the best, but doesn't have to be. Something that's not uncomfortable. And recommended would be 5 to 10 pounds, perhaps, or whatever works for you. You want to do less, you want to do more. You can even use a small one like this. And you put it solar plexus between the breast, and you lie down on your back, and with a bit of weight you can feel very, very grounded. You can feel very connected to Mother Earth. And this is a wonderful way of, if you're feeling stressed or your mind is very bothered, you feel anxious, you feel almost, I know what it's like. I've had some strange experiences where I felt almost borderline psychosis, meaning when your mind enters certain areas and realms of existence and openings into mystical realities and multidimensional things. Or sometimes the pressure of world news even is too shocking. Whatever example we want to use. But if we're feeling stressed and a bit scatterbrained and a bit worried, that is one of the best meditations to do, I guarantee it. Lie down. It doesn't have to be a stone. It could be anything with some weight. And putting it on your chest, a heavy book for example. Put it on your chest, lie down. You don't have to go outside. Outside may be best, on the grass or something, but you don't have to even go outside for that. Very nice grounding meditation. And just say, I am here. I am in my body. I am on the earth right now. My body is composed of elements that are also the same found within this physical dimension. I am one with it. And that will bring a very deep, calm, resting peace. Let thoughts come and go. Meditate on the rock, meditate on Mother Earth. Whatever works for you. Because guaranteed, that is a very nice one. One of the biggest things that we can have a problem with when doing meditation is the expectation, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. If we're expecting nirvana and bliss and Buddha mind right away, it's almost impossible because the expectation itself is that which keeps it away. If I talk to anyone about the Buddha mind or the Christ consciousness from my own perspective, it has to do with this teaching. You already have it, and you already are it. Take away what is telling you not. Clean the baggage. Let go of the past. Find yourself in the now as that. When we can do this, we can realize instant peace like that. Happiness activated by a mindful thought and the heart agreeing with it. That's very nice. So, getting back to the different techniques, like I was saying, a position that works for you, active or passive. Some of the very, best ones of all are when you're not really expecting and when you're not thinking or looking. I had a wonderful experience of entering inside my body, and as if my soul shrunk to a smaller point of consciousness, and I was able to travel inside and view my body and my organs and things. It was very interesting. And when I got into that state, it only took 10 minutes because I had been practicing meditation a little bit before that and got into that state. So that was very interesting. And what I'm saying by mentioning that example is anybody, when we're expecting nothing, that's when something profound can happen. Not even asked for, not even expected, just whoosh. Those are the little treats that come from the kingdom of heaven, or the pure Buddha isness, the joyful awareness that is out there, that we are of. And when we can go with this, very deep, very secure, very profound feelings. I want to recommend something before I continue with the meditation techniques itself. I want to share down a secret, and it's not really a secret at all, that a friend had told me when I was doing volunteer work. And he had mentioned even the simple act of just lying down. You feel tired, stressed, you can't handle it, you feel pressure, even to the point where you can sense physically exactly where it is. You're feeling you need to shut up, you can't take things right now. Lie down. Just lie down. A nice position is actually on your side, but if it works on your back or whatever, fantastic, whatever works. But this is also just a way of a meditation itself, an awake nap to just calm. And all it is bringing you back to you and you closer to your higher self, which is Buddha mind, to give it a name, Buddha mind within the is. And this is a very nice part of ourselves that we can recognize by doing the meditation, by doing realization, however means it might come. It doesn't really matter. Now, some of the other techniques could be to do the walking meditation. And the walking meditation is certainly probably the best to do in nature, where you're not going to be, well, quote-unquote pestered by other humans or their noise, their current focuses and words and thoughts, whatever, manifested however. Alone in nature and taking a slow walk, breathing calmly and just enjoying it as it is. That in and of itself by default will bring a profound peace. Nature, when it's in its nice calm beauty, is a very gentle thing indeed. The color green, the reason why it was decided nice for it to be manifested in this world was because it is a very soothing color. And so is the blue sky, and so is water. And by saying all that, the nature itself is a meditation. We realize that everything on the outside world was first something within, and then manifested. So we can call that God's mind, or however you want to word it, manifesting something, giving an expression of beauty in a gesture. So nature can be very good, even at all times of year, depending on what you're comfortable with. The place where I live, I get the hot heat and the very cold. So I get the extremes in the area of Canada that I'm in. But it doesn't matter. Perhaps you live in a place where the worst weather you get is a big thunderstorm or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, anytime, any place where it works. Just to add this in, last night, at the time of this video, a nice, very quick thunderstorm after the kids went to bed. My wife and I were up talking, and it stormed, and after I went to the back window in the kitchen and just opened it and breathed in the beautiful fresh air, the rain smell itself. And it was a very gorgeous meditation. And I was talking to it, so to speak, and it was speaking to me ever so calmly and gently. And that itself can be the meditation. So, all this said, there are even ways that you and I could find that could be an experiment, as it were, because anyone that recommended something, they themselves were not born doing that. They tried, and many things were, found to be naturally good, and so voila, they were manifested as a tactic or a way in which to do it. So you and I can even find ways nobody even said of that works, because it has to be what works for you. And if a nice calm and a nice peace is found, well, that's all that matters, because that is, if that is your goal, make sure you have some kind of goal, perhaps. If you don't want to have a goal, well, let what come may. And either way, the ultimate end will be found the same, and the means won't matter. In the Hindu schools, in the yoga practices, they talk of bhakti and jnana, and I hope I'm pronouncing those right. And basically what this means is active or passive. There's such a thing as thinking and learning, and then just doing and just receiving also. So they can complement each other very well. And the end result will end up being the same thing, and to attain that is to attain the perfection of both sides. The active and the passive will be considered to be one. So when you want to try meditation practice, do not get frustrated. I wrote that in a recent poem of mine, and it was just probably someone has said it before, but it was just a nice end to one of my poems, and I just said, frustration knows not Buddha mind, and Buddha mind knows not frustration. And when we simply get past that frustration or something, we already have it. It doesn't have to be something more. It doesn't have to be this enlightenment to the point where you have all sorts of powers and perception abilities and levitate things and yourself, and it doesn't have to be that. It just has to be calm happiness within the is. That's the mature Buddha mind. These are my words, so you can have it as you will. So, another great one, I'll just close off with another technique. Another great meditation, maybe one or two, is to do this one. Sit calm, lie down, stand, whatever you want to do, walk for that matter. But maybe sitting and or lying down is the best right now for the video. And so you can sit or lie down peacefully and imagine the top of your head open and light coming down all the way down to the base of your body. And you can do this breathing if you want to as well. You can keep concentrating on a light coming down while breathing in and breathing out. Or you can breathe in and take in the light, and breathe out and give back. Let it take your frustrations, angers, troubles. Release it like vapor, like something like incense turning into smoke. And eventually the smoke just dissipates, goes into the ether, and you no longer see it. Picture yourself like that, exhaling your troubles. So that's a very nice meditation. Taking in light, call it God's love, call it Buddha mind. turning it back out. That is also a very nice one we can do, and is very effective. As for silent meditation, I can't tell you how your own mind talks to you, but you can very easily get into the mode where you do not have to pay attention to your thoughts, and even your thoughts will learn of themselves to run away and to stay away, and you can have complete silence and being in joy with that silence and not running away from it and not desiring another distraction. You see, that's another big problem we have in our era, is we're addicted to temporal distraction, temporal distraction, temporal distraction. Okay, that's done, now what do I do? And especially when you're young, it can really get at you. So in a silent moment, sometimes we're not even comfortable because we're so addicted to distractions or entertainment. You can call them different names. But really, if you want to get good at meditation, if you want to become good as a mystic or good as someone who's practicing some kind of spirituality, great to small, is to be comfortable with yourself in the silence. That itself is what I would call personally the beginning of Buddhahood. It's learning to really be comfortable with yourself in the quiet. When I first started meditating, 5-10 minutes and I was done, I was quite frustrated. Later on, I was able to go for an hour or more without it being much of a thing at all. We have our concepts of time, right? When we're in the body, and we think linear time in set moments, and I'll go from this hour to this hour, and yeah, we have to abide by that to varying degrees, to our different lifestyles and such in society. But we can also make some time within a time frame where time doesn't matter to you at all, and just be and find and register and retrieve that now. Here was a nice quote from a Buddhist book that I had read from ancient scriptures. It said, Buddha did not come to teach enlightenment. Buddha came, in other words, to put it, to rebalance what already was. That's a very nice insight that that person had that wrote that. And that is exactly it. Finding a great peaceful contentment in the is, with yourself, linked with that, indefinitely. And if that's the goal, then the means did not really matter. There are many ways to do meditation. As many as you can think, so you can do. You can look in the mirror and stare at yourself in the eyes. You can light a candle and stare at the candle, the little flame. And you can view your own soul as that flame, or put a focus on it if you want, or nothing at all, and let it talk to you. Whatever works for you. Try different things. Don't get frustrated. There's no one to judge you but you. When we feel someone else is judging or their way is better and we adopt it, then we are saying that we can't do it our own way. We have to be able to find it and do it our own way, to make it authentic. And the end result will be peace and happiness. And if it's not, then it is being done in the wrong way. Because if it's not peace and happiness, then it's still in turmoil. It's still in denial. It's still frustrated. You're either happy or unhappy. Yeah, we're all a bit of both, but I'm saying spirituality should be leading in increasing happiness, wisdom, love, insight, harmony, understanding, not the opposite. There are some people who are spiritual and they are looking at the dark side of things. They want powers and things, but what I think they're doing is just being insecure and feeling unless they have those things, they're not worth much. And that's a sad position to be in. Well, these are my thoughts for now. I want to make those recommendations. I rambled and I tried to stay on topic, but I wanted to also be broad a little bit at the same time. I never really know how to start or end my videos, but such as it is, there you go. Namaste. I hope you might have found a little bit of benefit in my talks. Nothing I'm saying is new, and that's the very point. All of this is within us to find at any time. linear time, nothing. It's just an isness. So, allow me to end it with that. And I wish you well. Try these things. I'm going to maybe do a few videos where I'm going to specify a bit more. I'm going to do a video soon on something that'll be more on the rock meditation for the chest. But there you have it. Enjoy yourself. And if you're doing meditation and that's your goal, to find peace within your higher self, to find your link and be your higher self, then that's exactly it. I wish you well. Have a beautiful moment, and we'll catch you soon. Bye.